everyone. Good morning. You are watching North Dakota Today. Well, we're making sure that your kids are ready for the school year with a checkup. Dr. Abigail Miller from United Healthcare is joining us to share more about the importance of wellness checks and those eye exams as we head back to the classroom. Good morning, Dr. Miller.
Good morning, Ashlyn. How are you?
I'm doing so great. I'm so glad you could join us. You know, kiddos back in school, but it's still an opportune time to focus on health.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always joke this is a parent's favorite time of year, right? When the kids will go back to school. But it's also a time that we should be thinking about sort of our overall wellness and especially the wellness of our kids. So that's really what I'm here to talk about today is how are we making sure that our kids are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. So this really is a great time to schedule a well child check or, it's commonly thought of as sort of a checkup. Usually in school age kids, those are about once a year. For a lot of parents, this is sort of the perfect time to do it. End of summer, early fall. And it's a chance for you to get your child in to the doctor to make sure that they're doing everything that they should be doing. So are they growing like they should? Are they developing like they should? Frequently, it's going to be things like the doctor's going to do a hearing and vision check. The doctor might take a look at your child's eyes, ears, listen to their heart, their lungs, make sure that they're growing like they should. But then the other thing is oftentimes your doctor is going to talk about things to watch for in your kids. So are they developing, are they hitting those milestones? It's another opportune time to make sure, especially right now, that your kids are up to date on their vaccinations. So protecting them from things like flu and chicken pox and whooping cough. It's also a time for a lot of parents who have kids in sports to make sure that their kids are getting those sports forms filled out.
Yeah, especially before they take the sports field. So would you say that parents should be scheduling this seasonally, in kind of a back to school reminder, or is this on a month-to-month basis? What's your suggestion?
Yeah, so usually right now is a great time to schedule. So like I said, end of summer, early fall is a great time to schedule. You might find that, some doctors' offices start to get sort of filled up, so it's a good idea to schedule early. Another thing that's important to talk about during that well child visit is anything that you as a parent might be worried about. Our kids, just like all of us have been under a lot of stress over the last few years with everything that's gone on, our kids definitely feel that stress. And so it's just a really great time to be checking in on, what are you noticing with your kids' stress level? How are they sleeping? Are they eating like they should? Are you noticing behavior changes? Things like that. Those can be early signs of, that our kids just aren't handling stress well. It can be early signs of early, ADHD, anxiety, depression, those sorts of things.
And mental health, the focus more and more, especially with younger and younger children. Why do you think it's so important, even at a physical wellness check, to bring up your child's mental health as well?
Absolutely. It's incredibly important because when we think about, health is really about your overall health. It isn't just your physical health. So how are our kids doing as far as mental health and emotional health? Those are really key. And it's important to bring up when kids are young because oftentimes if some of those things aren't recognized and sometimes treated early, they can worsen as kids get older.
And what is the best route as a parent to support your child on their mental health journey?
Yeah, so thanks for asking. That's a great question. So talking about it, it's really important to have regular check-ins with your kids. For a lot of families, that's actually sitting down and having a meal together. And checking in, what was good about your day? What didn't go so well about your day? What are you worried about? What are you excited for? Those are all great ways to do check-ins with your kids. Another things that we recognize is kids really crave routines. And so doing some sort of routine through, sports, hobbies, what have you.
Okay, and then really quickly, we were scrolling through some informational graphics about eye exams. And what's interesting is now we need to consider what our digital screens are doing to eyeballs rather than just nearsightedness, farsightedness. Do you want to get into the importance of eye exams?
Yeah, thank you so much. So absolutely. So as we're talking about well child checks, another big one is talking about eye health. So we all recognize that we're spending more time looking at screens and kids are spending more time looking at screens. And so with that, nearsightedness or having difficulty seeing things far away, that's really on the rise. So we're starting to recognize it even more so in kids. So some signs that your kids might exhibit are going to be things like squinting when they're trying to see things that are far away. Certainly, school and teachers might recognize it when kids are saying that they can't see the screen. You might recognize it at home as well. And so that's a really good idea. And it's just a great reminder to get your kids in to get an eye exam.
Okay, and then what are our best bets? I've heard a lot of good things about blue light glasses. What should we be doing to protect their eyes?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So you're right, there are blue light filtering lenses. A lot of our digital devices now actually have blue light filters. So I really recommend just go ahead and leave that blue light filter on all the time. It really doesn't affect your ability to be able to see what you need to see. And that just helps to protect your eyes against that blue light, which we know, can cause damage and potentially worsen some of the nearsightedness. And it certainly affects sleep.
So where can we go really quickly to find any more resources?
Yeah, thanks so much for asking. So for more wellness tips, go to uhc.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miller, for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You as well. All right, everybody at home, coming up right here, the West Fest is in full swing. We've got more coming up right here with West Fargo Events after the break.